Hey guys, welcome back to the Letterhead Studios and more Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet. After a little bit of grinding, I finally have the relationship with my other members up to pretty much max. There's two reasons for this. One, so I can see all the cutscenes, and two, because I found out that that is actually part of getting the true ending. So with that being said, let's talk to people, and in case you're wondering, every time you revive a teammate, that gives you 5 points towards their friendship. Let me show you something. This guy has fallen down so many times that his affinity is rank 4 100% without even trying. I also learned that for every 5 times you give them a good job on the field, that gives them 1 affinity point. And every time you come back safe and sound, like if you go out to the field, kill some stuff, and then you come back of your own volition and you aren't like forced back because all 4 of your party members die, you also get affinity points based on actions you have performed. Not necessarily what your bounty is, but if you take certain actions, like if you kill a unique enemy, that's worth 5 affinity points. If you go on a hunting quest, because I did hunting quests a lot, and I would only do them one at a time. I'd go out, I'd do a hunting quest, I'd come back to get the next one, because you can only do one at a time with those. But when I came back, I always noticed that the affinity points were up by 10 each time I did that. I also realized that for every 5 kills I get a medal. So I was like, I wonder how that stat works. So I was wondering why my sniper rifle rating was so low, and my assault rifle rating was so high. You only get 1 point towards your total for every 5 kills with a weapon. That weapon in particular. So it doesn't matter how much damage you do, it doesn't matter how many times you hit an enemy. The only thing that matters, as far as I'm aware, is how many kills you have achieved with that weapon in question. And you have to be the one to get the final hit. So if you let your teammates soften it up and you take the final blow, that proficiency point is yours. But if you cannot land that final hit, it is stolen from you. But that doesn't really bother me so much, because guess what? Look who's putting in the most work. Oh my gosh. You have to basically kill 5,000 enemies with 1 weapon in order to get proficiency in it. So with the assault rifle, I am about 3,500 kills. So yeah, if that gives you any idea how much more work I put in than the AI, there you go. That's the definitive proof that I'm not crazy when I talk about how annoying this game can be sometimes, because it feels like I'm the one who does all the work, and I know you've heard me say it a couple 100 times throughout this series, but I swear, I do the most work. It's nuts. So I'm very sorry that the first couple of minutes of this video is just me ranting about the system. Let's go learn about people. Cutscene time! I found Joe! Hold up, Ray. Where are we? We are quite deep inside the ruins. There aren't many drops or rare monsters here, which could explain why there aren't many players either. It sure looks like it's seen better days. Joe is right over there. You're right, is he talking to himself in front of that statue? What's he saying? I've come back for you, partner. I can't help but think of you whenever I meet that AI. All the memories come rushing back. I know this isn't your grave, but then again, nowhere he is. Partner? Grave? What's he talking about? I've just run a search. It seems some players call this the data grave. What could that mean? Where dead people are buried? Oh, come on, really? Well then, this data grave is like a graveyard for AI. A graveyard for AI? How does that even work? These seem to be monuments that players erected in memory of decommissioned AI, since data can't be buried. Like in real life when people create little memorials because there's no body. Eesh, that's a bit morbid. But why would someone make a place like this in GGO? I think you're misunderstanding, Kureha. This place doesn't have an official name. It wasn't created by the developers. One of the players started it, and it just kept growing. Oh yeah, that happens sometime. Who's there? Hoof it! I think we've run far and with the same background. Did we do something bad, Kureha? Not really. What do you think? Let's just try talking to him next time. Yeah, you're right. It's complicated, but we weren't doing anything too terrible. Yeah, good idea. And since you came up with it, you get to talk to him. There he is, right where we found him yesterday. He's talking to himself again, too. All right, Odette, you're up. Sup, Joe? You little... So that's why you've been tracking me, huh? Just wanted to know what you were doing. There's something I want to know. Does what you're doing here have anything to do with why you're interested in me? I'd like to know too. Not that anything you say will change our minds when it comes to handing Ray over. Oh yeah, I know that by now. Did you know that some players call this the data graveyard? Yeah, Ray told us. Apparently, players make little graves for fallen AI or something. So Ray's an awesome navigator too, huh? You see why I'm interested? Does this mean your AI companion has a monument around here? Well, yeah, actually, I made a little shrine here. There aren't any remains or anything, though. It's purely for me. Or at least that's how it started. Before I knew it, all the other players started copying me. Then they gave it a name. The Data Grave. So you were the one who started it, eh? Yeah, I used to work with an AI. Back when I was just a policeman in a small town out in the middle of nowhere. We were constantly short-handed, so they got us patrol cars with AI assistants in them. You could give it a bunch of different personalities. It was really cool. A lot of officers complained about them, but I really got to like one of them. It really felt like we were partners, keeping the town safe from crime. And I'm guessing that AI had a personality kind of like Ray? Bingo. One day, I was on patrol near an abandoned factory on the edge of town. That's when it happened. The bad guys had been hiding out there. They piled into a car and fled. I gave chase, but I couldn't get any backup. Had to ram them with my car to keep them from getting away. But when I did, I smashed my AI partner to bits too. I couldn't access the network, and the text told me they couldn't roll back the system or perform a system restore. And well, you can't make a grave for an AI in the real world without getting a lot of funny looks. So I made one here. So that's my story. And you're stuck with it. That you're judging me pretty hard about now. From there, well, it started with the similarity between your AI and my old partner. Started with? So where did it end up? No, I just like your offices for who it is. That's why I've been fighting so hard to get it from you. And I'm not even remotely ready to give up. You better keep one eye open. I had no idea he had such a complicated past. Me neither. He truly had a great rapport with his partner, didn't he? But his friendship's got nothing on ours, right? Of course not. Not at all. I am forming deep connections with you and Master and a bunch of other people. He thinks he can outdo our friendship with Ray? I'd like to see him try. I'm with you, Master. Let's keep our friendship strong. Well, now we know Bazalcho's backstory and why he cares about our Arphasis so much. Well, why he wants our Arphasis so badly. And it kind of makes sense. He had a sentimental attachment to an artificial intelligence. Alright, all we gotta do now is learn the last little bit we can of Itsuki. Itsuki. Itsuki's coming this way, Master. Hello, Itsuki. Greetings, Odette. Do you have a moment? May I take a minute of your time? Yeah, but just a minute. Am I disrupting your plans for the day? I'll try to be brief. It's not a particularly sensitive subject, but I was hoping to speak to you alone if possible. Oh, I'm just an android, so I don't count. Would you mind if I stayed here? True, androids are in fact machines, but you are an important member of our squadron nonetheless. At which point, you're more than just an android or just an NPC, aren't you? You're practically human. Well, thank you for thinking so. You're quite welcome. Though, I was making the point that I'd prefer to speak with your master alone. Very well. I'll be off now, Master. Type X units sure do have advanced learning capacities. I'd say your unit is beginning to take after you. Pleasantries aside, I'd like to talk to you about something. Is that to say you suspected that I want information on you? So that's what has you on edge. It's unfortunate that we ran into each other that day. I've always had the worst timing at critical moments. Precisely. I wanted to know more about you, so I paid that info broker for some information. I see no crime in buying and selling player information. So you look it up, and then what? At the end of the day, I suppose I did it for fun. Take a question about your real life, for example. Even if I asked you something and you answered it, how would I know you were telling the truth? You could fabricate facts about yourself as easily as that group of women invented baseless stories about me. That's why I like to come up with my own hypothesis and then put them to the test. I can tell from the look on your face I've lost you. How can I best explain it? Okay, so what would you do if you found out that the player named Itsuki, who stands before you, was actually a criminal in real life? I don't know, Itsuki. What do you think I'd do? This is merely for the sake of an argument, by the way. Let's go with something more fanciful. I could be a pop idol or a billionaire in real life. There's still room for that kind of mystery in VR MMOs. And finding out whether those sorts of hypotheses are correct or not is but one of the many joys to be had within these games. As was asking that info broker about you. Well, you don't look like you're having fun. What? You're quite a curious case. I suppose that was the truth that's been hiding within me all along, and I just never noticed. Perhaps you're right. I may not be allowing my imagination to run wild enough. I've always had exceptional intuition. I can tell a lot about people without ever needing to get intel on them. I've been able to determine what they want me to say or what their likes and dislikes are. But you're different. My predictions seem to get further and further from the truth. The more I search, the more I second-guess myself. I crave more information. That's why I'm fixated on you. And I'm not one to obsess over people. Forgive me for worrying you. This is not some grandiose declaration of love. Forgive me for taking so much of your time. I shall take my leave. Ah, you're by yourself? What incredible luck I must have to meet you here of all places. Is that to suggest I don't look vexed very often? Well, you're right. Look at these women charging towards me.
Finally, we've been looking all over for you. What's your problem, Itsuki? Explain yourself right now. Why haven't you been going on quests with us lately?
Because I've already explained myself. I'm part of a squadron now. We're having a lot of fun playing together. Aren't we, Odette? As I've told you before, I want to focus on playing with my squadron for the foreseeable future.
Well, that doesn't excuse the sudden cancellations. Yeah, you promised us you'd go.
What's the point of getting so attached to me? We're in a virtual world. No matter how strong a connection you might forge, it's still with someone you've never met, and, for that matter, may never meet. Though now that I think about it, I believe I'm beginning to see the value of these attachments.
How so?
You know what? Out of deference to your feelings, I take back my cancellations. Let's settle this with a coin toss, shall we? If you win, we'll go on whatever quest you like. Just pick a day. And if we win, you leave us be for a while. Wait.
Yeah, I thought Itsuki hated luck-based games. Does he think my luck's gonna rub off on him? So all four of us go on a quest?
Don't you go running off. I need you right now.
Okay, fine. Sounds fair. Wait a minute. You've got great kinetic vision. You'll be able to tell how the coin is going to land.
Don't worry, I won't choose a side. I'll simply flip the coin. I'm counting on you to bring me luck, Odette. Don't let me down. Okay. Thanks. I believe in you. Now then, are we ready?
Yeah. What's your friend's call, Itsuki?
Tails, because heads is for losers. Here it goes.
Aw, bummer. We'll invite you out again later. You've got to come out on some quest with us sometime.
I'm free. Glad that worked out. That was rather fun, though. Haven't felt a rush like that in some time. Thank you for going along with that coin toss. You could very well have been roped into going out for days on a quest that has absolutely nothing to do with you. I honestly think you're far too generous. Aren't you trying to think of ways to get out of going as well? Naturally. Yet you didn't let any of that show. You trusted me, didn't you? If I had to choose, I'd say you're too trusting. That could get you hurt. Then I'm lucky it was you. Why, thank you. I'd like to show my appreciation, but... wait. I have just the thing. Here, take this.
A gun?
Yeah. To be perfectly honest, its stats are too low for my liking. I couldn't use it. Nevertheless, it has some sentimental value for me. I'd like you to have it. Thanks. I should be thanking you for accepting it. It was the first gun I ever purchased in GGO. Just looking at it brings back memories of when I started playing. I figured I could hold on to those memories by holding onto that gun. Just sat in my inventory, neglected. I have no practical use for it, and it's hardly worth selling. But perhaps you'll find the value in it that I could not. Does it feel like I'm giving you another riddle? I wouldn't worry. You'll work out the meaning of it all eventually. I should be on my way. Do get in touch if you find any intriguing quests. Farewell. Oh, Master! I'm glad I found you. I have a present for you. It's a charm. You might be wondering how I made it, but that's a secret. Think of it as proof of the special bond we have. Alright, so we have Itsuki's gun. We've talked to literally everyone that we're friends with. Had all those amazing cutscenes, whatever and whatnot. Yeah, man, that's a really weird requirement for getting the true ending. I guess you'd get it naturally if you just swapped through everyone and tried to get their relationship with you up before you got this far in the game. But, okay, so I'm gonna just get myself caught back up now and get us back to the point where we must face Death Gun for the sake of our friends and see if we can get a better ending. Until then, guys, see you next time. Stay tuned.